How would you rate your performance on the weekend?
Oh, I think. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was definitely a step forward. Personally, not a complete game, and consistency is something I want to work on. So I'm definitely not sitting up here satisfied, or especially as a group too. I mean, we obviously didn't win, so. Yeah, but I definitely feel like I took a step forward and took some confidence out of the game because it was a pretty big game, my first derby, so definitely felt like a step up. But I was happy with parts of it. Yep.
Can I ask where you are with regard to a contract for next year? Have there been discussions?
I'm contracted for next year, so I haven't really thought anything about that for a while now. So I'm just focusing on playing footy, and that stuff my manager can sort out. But yeah.
As you said, first derby. How did you find the experience?
It was pretty hot at the start. Obviously, we wanted to come in, play pretty physical footy, but we obviously weren't out there to start the Malay. But as I said, it was a pretty hot game. I've never played in a final, but I assume with the pressure that was out there, it would feel something like that. So, it was a good experience. We were in the game for a fair bit of it, and just unfortunately couldn't get the job done. But definitely starting to show some better signs as a group, I think. Yeah.
Is it what you expected, and how does it compare to any other normal home and away season game?
I can't remember playing in a game with as much pressure, as I said. But then again, it is just another game of football. But obviously, almost a sellout stadium, and the crowd was pretty loud. So it probably doesn't quite feel like an average game. But being from Victoria as well, I think I didn't grow up really watching derbies, so it was a little bit different to what I expected. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the conditions? I mean, you got a little bit of the ball, but 11 or 12 tackles. Did you enjoy sort of that extra, the wet and getting up in and under?
I did. Yeah, I've played my fair share of footy in the wet. Obviously, growing up in Melbourne, so I don't mind those conditions. I think every player would probably ideally like to play in the dry on a sunny day, but it was a pretty contested game, and obviously most derbies are like that. So, as a midfielder, I don't mind it when it's kind of a bit of a slog, and it's pretty even for most of the game in around the contest.
Is that the kind of player you want to mould more into now with that consistency, being in and under?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Just focusing on not doing the flashy stuff, I guess. Not that I was, but I think especially in games like that, just being fundamentally sound and clean is pretty important. So, if I can build my game on fundamentals and good craft and just being clean and like my pressure, I think that'll hold me in good stead. So, that's something I want to aim for, yeah.
You mentioned before about consistency as a team. The last couple of weeks have been better performances, albeit losses. Is it a bit of a shame that the season is almost over now?
A little bit. It does feel a bit like that. But obviously we've got another opportunity this week in Geelong, and hopefully we can get some reward for effort, because I think post the bye we've been a lot better than what we were at the start of the year, albeit we haven't been winning games, but we've been in the position to win games, whether halfway through the last quarter or three-quarter time, we're right in it. So, I think there's definitely good signs, but it'd be nice to finish on a good note and then kickstart a nice pre-season.
How big of a task does Geelong seem in Geelong, given they're at top of the table and where you guys are placed at the moment?
Obviously we're at opposite ends of the ladder, but I think down there, skinny ground, obviously they're pretty good at home, but as I said before, like the way the game's moving, it's all about just the contest, and I dare say it'll be a similar game to what it was on the weekend in terms of it'll be pretty highly contested and a pretty hot football. So I think if we come out with a similar mindset, we should be in for a real crack. But obviously Geelong are a great side. probably the premiership favourite at the moment. So I think it'll be a good experience, especially with a youngish group, to play a team that's so kind of well moulded like they are at their home deck will be, pretty good. Yep.
Nick Nat was moving relatively sore and a bit slower on the weekend. He hasn't been out yesterday and today. How's he going? Where's his body at?
Yeah, I'm sure he's sore, like probably most of us are, coming to the end of the season, and then also after a derby, after a game like that, I think it'd be a bit rare if you don't pull up sore. But I'm sure he'll put his hand up to play this week. We've got main training Thursday, so I dare say it'll be see how he goes then, and then fly out Friday. So it'll be nice to have him there, hopefully. So yeah.
You were part of that team last year that went down to Geelong and got belted. I think, do you have much of a memory of that experience?
Yeah, I do remember it. Probably not great memories, but I think there's been a lot of changes in terms of the way we're playing, and I think we're not really focusing on that this time we go down there. So it'd be nice to get a bit of a different result this time, but I'll try and put that at the back of my mind. Yeah.
Is there any relief? This season's almost done now. You've got one more game and then that's it.
No, I wouldn't say relief, because I think we've played some good football post the bye. So I know personally I'm not hanging out to finish the season, because I feel like in a way we're almost starting to get up and going, even though there's only a game left. So I just think it's a good opportunity to kind of put some things into place that we want to, and really build what we're trying to build in terms of our brand and the way we want to play, and then individually as well, to go into next year and hopefully get off the bottom of the ladder.
There's been some talk about potentially some of the players going back and playing waffle for those extra few weeks. Would you be one of those? Yeah,
I'd say so. I mean, being a young kind of developing player and not playing every week, be playing those waffle games, and then also missing 8 odd weeks mid-season with my knee. I think it'll be pretty important to get some more footy into me, and I'll put my hand up to play, because if there's footy there to play, I'd much rather play than sit at home. So
Just on your knee, since returning, has it given you any grief?
No, it's been pretty good. Yeah, the physios did a pretty good job at getting me back in a good time, and I run around with the strapping still, but it feels good out there. Got plenty of confidence in it. So touch wood. That's the last knee trouble I have.
You've
It's obviously coming in the last round, like a few guys are going to be playing for their careers, and there's guys who are going around for the last time this week. Is there any sense of that in the change room?
Oh no, I don't think so. Like, obviously everyone wants to put their best foot forward, and as a team we want to put our best foot forward and give ourselves as a group and our fans and the club kind of some reward for the effort we've been putting in. So I wouldn't say boys are going in there thinking about that, but then again, obviously everyone's wanting to put their best foot forward, and there's boys in different contract positions and different ages, but I don't think that would really do us any good if we're going into the game thinking about that. So I don't feel any of that around the group at the moment. I think we're just focusing on playing good team footy, playing good to our brand and our game plan, and going from there.
You have, after the comeback from there, you have put together a fairly solid back half of the year in terms of numbers, but you still find yourself perhaps on the edge of the 22 week to week. What do you think you need to do for pre-season moving into next year, just so you can solidify your spot?
Yeah. I think, as I said before, like, consistency is a big thing. There's the old cliche that you're only as good as your last game, but I think if you look at all the top players around the league, like, they're just consistent through quarters, and then that leads to consistency through games. So that's something for me I want to work on, kind of maintaining an impact through all 4 quarters of the game, and then, as I also said before, just working with the coaches on being fundamentally sound and the extra flashy stuff that happens that the good players do. I think that comes second to being clean, hitting your kicks, hitting your handballs, sticking your tackles, stuff like that. So, yeah, for me, it'd probably just be working on that, and I've done some work with our sports psych as well, and she's been really good in just my mindset throughout games to kind of focus on that stuff and not get caught up in whether I've haven't touched the ball for a bit or you don't quite feel in the game. So, yeah, if I had to put it down to one word, it'd probably just be working on my fundamentals.
One of your teammates, Andrew Gaff, was training away from the group today. Looked a bit ginger. Do you know if he's a bit sore, or do you know what's going on with Gaffy?
Oh, I don't know specifically, but he's played over 250 games now, so I'm sure he's pretty sore every week. But I dare say he'd be probably like Nick and a few of the other boys that are a bit older. Probably have a bit of a lighter start to the week, and then put his hand up to play this week, I'd imagine, and see how he goes on Thursday. And yeah, it'd be nice to have him on the plane Friday.